What is up, everyone? So, it's going to be a Nocturne jungle video, and we're going to be doing everything you need to know on Nocturne jungle. So Nocturne jungle, I think, is really broken right now. We're going to be starting Q level 1 and soloing Raptors. So when I'm playing Nocturne jungle, the big thing about it is really just about farming. You want to be farming your jungle on repeat, and you also just want to be power farming while looking for good ulti ganks. That doesn't mean you can't go for, like early ganks. You can, but they are much more situational about how you approach it. So level 1, you go Q. Level 2, you want to go W. Even though W, the active, is useless, the passive effect actually gives you 30% attack speed. So it speeds up your clear very well. So here we're actually going to save somebody for the red, because Nocturne, he excels at doing AoE camps extremely quickly. Here we save our passive so we can just one-shot all the baby Krugs. And yeah, Nocturne just does extremely well, He does AoE camps extremely well. Single target camps, his damage is slightly less, but he's a very healthy and very, very fast clear jungler. But early game, you do want to play around full clearing, and you just want to make sure you prioritize yourself over others, because other people aren't really going to realistically help you that much. This game against Jack's jungle, a bit annoying, but it should be fine. You can either do 2 points into Q or just go E second. This game, I'm just going to go E second. Just in case I get invaded or something happens, I just want to have my E ready to go and just be able to fight on my jungle, right? You never know, some weird stuff can happen. You just want to be prepared and ready to fight. Without E second, you're not really going to have a good way to 1v1 anyone. The fear plus the movement speed helps a lot for securing your damage, and also the clear speed difference is really not that much, especially if you use your E while you're farming. It's honestly very close to the same. So here we're prioritizing the full clear. We're going to be watching bot. Honestly, this gank is not going to be something we can manage. The enemy team has to really mess up for us to have a really nice angle for play. So what do we do here? It was just kind of wait to see if maybe Lulu will face track us here, or maybe Jax showcase what exactly his clear is going to be. So here Lulu face track. So here we auto, we W, and we're just gonna chase. He might whimsy me, but we're able to get that kill, which is quite nice. Ezreal not really close enough for us to kill, and in that situation a kill works because why? Because Lulu face tracks us, so we have a very good situation in our hands. So we just make sure we utilize that as much as possible, and we're able to kind of build a foundation around that. So the first kill, obviously really great. Build wise, I personally think Stridebreaker is just extremely important for pretty much all Stridebreaker champions like Rek'sai, Nocturne. You really need a first item because of the active effect. The active effect just gives you pretty much everything you need when you want to kill someone with your ultimate. Without the active effect, you're going to struggle a lot. So that's a big thing that we prioritize, is actually the active effect of Stridebreaker, and the item itself gives us really good stats we like. So here with Tiamat, it just gives you good AoE clear and also speeds up everything you kind of want from this champion. So it's overall really good to have. Also with the Void Grubs that spawn in a minute 30, the Tiamat buy is extremely good. So here we go back to where we started. I do Raptors instead of Krugs in this situation. A big reason is, even though they're both up, is actually because you're more likely to have the enemy jungle invade you and steal your Raptors than you are to kind of have them steal your Krugs for whatever situation. And here I look at top side. I don't see anything reasonable. This is pretty much nothing. Tryndamere is going to be proxying. I have no desire to even entertain this. Even though Void Grubs comes up in 1 minute, we also know I cleared Wolves and Gromp later on. So Wolves should spawn relatively soon, and then we're going to take it in a second. Gromp will spawn a bit later, so what we're going to do is look again bot side, because we are bot side, before we sort of engage in, whatever is happening here. I think, okay, Lulu's active. Clearing vision now. Let me make sure there is... Maybe let's just go utilize this time by getting a deep ward, and a deep ward is always really OP. In this situation, I'm going to invade. I see where Jax is. He's topside. I'm going to try to steal this camp out, which should just give us, just free experience and gold. And the big reason is we pretty much see Jax. He was topside. This ward here feels really good for me. I feel safe. I'm not worried at all about this situation. Here, I want to go on Nocturne. So what we're going to do is start with Q, E, and just start autoing a bit. I don't think we're going to kill, but chunking him is good because it creates pressure in the mid lane, which enables us to walk in here and start to pressure Jax potentially on the Void Grubs. So here I don't see Jax on it, but I feel quite confident that I can just start it, because if I smite this first one, we might actually get 6 really quickly. And with the 6 timer, Yes. We're able to kind of now possibly outplay anyone who comes to fight us. It does look like Yorick is coming, so we have to watch out for that. But I think I can just ulti the Echo here. And that's just a very beautiful kill. So here I'm just going to Q auto once and just back up. Because I really don't think I can fight. Why can I not fight? Because my mana is absolutely gone. It's trash. He's low. That I think I can probably kill with the flash Q. Actually, I don't even have to flash. You can just kind of hover abilities. My key bindings, I like to keep everything smart casted, but I put Alt Q for me to show the ranges on abilities, just so you can really visualize just how you want to see abilities go. And everything has a cast time, so you have to kind of calculate for the cast time, which is, you know, milliseconds, but it does impact you when the enemy team is... The person you're trying to hit with the skill shot is running the opposite direction of you. You do have to kind of calculate for the cast time of the spell and the travel distance as well. But Nocturne Q is really good for picking people off like that. Honestly, this champion really... Funny enough is champion's all about just hitting Q. You hit the Q, it adds the trail, which gives you insane attack damage steroids. Now you have to have when you want to beat anyone. Without your Q hitting, without the Q, without you being on your Q trail, you're really realistically not going to win any fights. So you have to kind of encounter that greatly. And you do not want to... You do want to have it up. So Lethal Temple, people say, okay, what about Conquer? I honestly like Lethal Temple a lot. It's not as broken as the one before, but Conquer is fine. I don't think Conquer has... I think defaulting to Conquer is good, but I don't think Conquer healing has any real impact on Nocturne. I think he just revolves a lot over... You know, Lethal Temple will give you better early fights. And Nocturne, I think he scales extremely well with attack speed, but without investing too much. Lethal Temple just gives you pretty much as you want. And also Lethal Temple enables you to build into, you know, more of a flexible build. And I've actually been huge on Collector Second on pretty much anyone right now. And then Collector Second after the changes is really cost efficient. It's a super good second item you can build on pretty much anyone. So Stridebreaker to Collector is really a big build, or a really strong build. I've actually been doing it on Rek'sai too. Obviously Graves, Ghostblade Collector. I think anyone Collector Second is really broken right now, especially for jungle where these like early base timers are really important. So if you're able to kind of get that one buy off, you're just extremely strong. But if you don't like Collector, you have a lot of options. You can go into pretty much anything. You can go Stridebreaker to Cleaver, Stridebreaker into Eclipse. I don't really like Hexblade, but you technically could go into Hexblade. I think it's not. Hexblade is just not for me. So here we go, Stridebreaker. We need to buy our boots. Usually I buy my tier 1 boots and either go into, you know, ability haste boots or armor boots. There are some situations like this one where Murktrez does have some value, but you just kind of have to think about what you really need and prioritize. Honestly, I think upgrading boots, you have to be really sure if you want to upgrade them. Sometimes I just sit on tier 1 boots and I think it's acceptable. Here, if I ulti him, he has his ulti to go backwards. But I think Jax is... I like the idea of fighting here. So I do want to fight, but I also do not... I'm going to spell shield here. I'm pretty much going to buy time is the goal here. See, once you press R, you have a lot of time to decide when to go in. I think a lot of people, they struggle a lot with the idea of, if I press R, I have to use it right away. You don't. You can press R once, and what I did was I ran into the brush, pressed R once to deny complete vision by them, and then I just kind of kited and waited for my time to go in. You have literally 6 seconds to press R again to dash on dive them. So just be very patient with it. Just utilize the effect. It's a 2 cast ability. It has 2 powers. One denies the vision. The second is the, you know, like the Nocturne dash in, right? So really utilize both parts of it. It's going to be very big for you. Here we're just going to do the Gromp, and obviously now we have a lot of money to buy boots, but I don't know exactly which tier 2 boots I want yet, so I'm going to try to just... I'm just going to entertain which one I think is better in this situation. You could go Murktrez. It is a good Murktrez game. Why? Because AP, CC, AP, AD, CC. Relatively CC heavy game. So You could build a merc chest. You could also be, you know, like we talked about earlier. I do think collector is really broken right now, so I will entertain the collector second. Like I said, if you don't like collector, you can go cleaver, which is a standard good item. Or you can go eclipse. Eclipse a little weaker since the nerfs to it, but still quite strong. Cleaver is just a very much standout build. Obviously, this build lacks ability haste, so you do have to find ways to get ability haste third item. So you're just gonna have to incorporate whatever you can in your build. But honestly, with a collector, you just beat people down that I really don't think you really worry that much. Also with Ultimate Hunter, once you get a lot of stacks with Ultimate Hunter, you're pretty much getting a lot of ability haste from this item as well. So it's just up to you what you want to itemize. The second item is the most important. After that, the build kind of, you know, like kind of flat lines where you just go into, you know, Death Stand Small for your armor and MR. I don't like Sterix, so usually I still go Cleaver. So if I was to go Collector in this situation, I'll probably go Cleaver third item. Or something like that in that regard. You definitely need more ability. You definitely need ability haste by third item. If he jumps in, I'll ulti. If he doesn't jump in, I'm not going to ulti. Just because I'm not super aware of his ability cooldowns right now. I think Ezreal is going to die to me, so I'm just going to keep watching. My goal is to ulti as soon as I see him. So I'm going to ulti and I'm just going to dive in. I kind of messed that up, but honestly I think it's fine. I messed up. I really thought I was going to one-shot that Ezreal quicker. Mistakes were made. But it's okay. Things happen. The end of our spree. But this game overall, really solid everything game. Objective control, void grubs, dragon. The dive, I should have killed. I should have just not been so greedy and just committed to the kill earlier on Echo. Or Ezreal. And then I rotate and group up and go on the Jax. The Lulu ulti did have some sort of power against me. It controlled my mouse. I didn't have any decision there. I just had... It was mind control pretty much. But it's okay. So here, Void Grubs are fawning. Top lane situation is terrible. Somehow York is literally at the gates already. It's a bit too early for that. I think he's quite weak versus me right now. His Maiden's a problem. But it looks like he's going for possibly some objective here. I think I can kill him though. I'm not actually sure his game plan. I'm gonna try to help here though. So much to help isn't to help myself. So I want to do is Herald. I want Syndra to help me when Yorick comes so we can just one-shot. Why do I want to do Herald? Because I think Yorick is just about to get this Herald if I don't get it. So I'm just going to get it now and then go kill Yorick. Like I said, this game is really heavily about objectives now. Objectives are just very, very important. If I'm able to snipe this objective, I don't have to worry about this Yorick at all. About, you know, really pushing for that second outer. Plus, these objectives gives you a ton of experience. Here, I actually think we would one-shot him if we had, you know, possibly Syndra. That requires Syndra, and that requires... something that I don't like to rely on is team coordination. Team coordination is... realistically, it's not going to happen the way you want it to happen. So just focus on yourself and focus on how generally you want to play. So here I'm in a situation where I just want to farm a bit. Where's my collector? Let me find this item for a second. 1,000 gold. So I need 1,000 to have my collector. Obviously, I really wanted before I base, but we have to think about what possible farm we have to kind of incorporate there. Maybe I can ulti here if they dive deep. It could turn into a kill. Just need Syndra to ulti before she dies, which is not bad. I could ulti here. What I need to do is get Echo R and then go on Jax right now. I still had my W up, so very, very beautifully done. I am low. I could do Dragon. Personally, I would do Dragon, and the big reason why we do Dragon here is because I can sustain up. I have Zyra, Kai'Sa here, and most importantly, jungle and mid are dead. So check, 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 check. A lot of checks. Whenever there's a lot of checks, then you do what you need to do, which is obviously the objective in mind. Not having Smite up is a bit worrying, but I can just spell shield abilities. Now I'm going to base because I have my buy. This game we talked about Merc Trez. Yes, you can go Merc Trez. You can go Merc Treads, you can go CDR boots. Now that we're at our item point, we have to decide on what we need. So we need ability haste. There's 3 options. We can go Death Stance, Maw, or Cleaver. It's honestly not that bad to go Maw. Maw does give us ability haste. We just have to find which item we want. Where I think I'm going to get bursted down by magic damage. Echo is a very heavy burst champion that I think is a problem. But also we have the issue of Yorick. Yorick does a lot of physical damage. And they have a lot of Triforces. So what I'm thinking now is just to go Death Stance. I think Death Stance will be very good for us. So I'm going to go DD. We need to somehow... Yorick. We need to somehow wait for bot lane to get, you know, a good wave, and then we just dive bot. As long as Yorick shows here, I feel confident that we can just really emphasize hard. Obviously, I'm going to be showing myself. I don't really care for that because I think if I show myself, it doesn't matter because I can still just one-shot them here. I'm just extremely strong. We have a bunch of void rebs too to help everything go. 3 dead or 3 up. Honestly, with the situation on the map, I think just using the Herald and getting this outer is going to be huge for me. Cost efficient wise, I'm going to have a lot of money. And money does rule everything. So I'm going to use the Void Herald. If you can ever use the Herald to get an outer turret, this outer turret, the outers on the side are worth so much money that realistically gives you like 600 gold. Don't do what this are. You don't have to go for this. Just ignore that. Because the respawns are pretty much back up. But these outers, this one and this one, are worth so much gold. 600 gold. Games can be decided off that one tower. You have to remember that. So obviously my CS eclipses everyone in my game. But I'm not going to build Eclipse. We're going to buy Merc Treads, and now we're going to go into ability haste item. Honestly... we need the sigil. Yorick's going to do a lot of damage. Also, switch to blue orb whenever you can. If you can switch to blue orb, you want to switch to blue orb. Just very good. Very OP right now. And yeah, I just think Collector is broken second. I also think you can just go Cleaver or Eclipse second. All is good. After the cost efficiency price, I honestly really like Collectors when I'm snowballing. Here I have ulti up. I think I would one-shot Ezreal in this situation. Damn, Lulu is such a little tease. A little rascal, you. I think they can win if Trinimir one-shots. One-shots Jax, but I don't know what that means. I was able to get Ezreal, but obviously the Lulu CC is far too much for me to handle. Oh my god. We're going to eventually have to deal with this Yorick. He's already 2 items. I think I can just obliterate him, but I need my ulti for that as well. We have God and Dragons. Their Dragons coming up. Baron's coming up. Realistically, we don't have to do anything crazy. Yorick already messed up, so... yeah, just keep the game going. Just keep a steady game at this point. As long as they don't cheese Baron, which I think they won't, we should be fine. So I'm just going to full clear. Yeah, the Ezreal play was obviously... in hindsight, you shouldn't really force so deep when they have the tower up. If the mid tower wasn't up, then I think that play would have been really good because Ezreal, he really wouldn't have a place he could retreat to. I wouldn't get low from tower shots. So I would be in a really good spot, so I don't think you should worry about that too much. So in that situation, I should just keep farming and wait for the enemy team to kind of force a fight or look for, you know, like a side lane pick. With Nocturne, I always think side lane picks are the best with your arm. Mostly because I think people are really bad at playing around it. Here we run into the same situation. Do I ulti the Ezreal on mid? Ezreal is a really safe champion. But what's important is I don't know who's behind Ezreal. I don't know if the Lulu's there. And I think the Lulu and Echo being there, if I ultied, would be really bad. I wouldn't be able to kill. So I think stuff like that is really important. I think here, they're actually kind of trolling. If I get some vision, I can one-shot Lulu. And I really don't like Lulu. Ooh, Echo R. He will die, most likely. Oh my, maybe not. I need DD. I thought he would die, but the MRs, the magic damage is starting to look like a problem. This is what I'm talking about. Even though, okay, they look like they're all AD, I really do need Maul. And you can see how you can easily just get completely bursted by one champion. And this is why itemization can be so difficult. So I'm most likely just going to go DD into Maul. I think what they're doing is bad. They're easily overstaying. If we can chase them a bit, we can easily get a play here. This Jax pick is just really good for us. Just keep autoing. Don't have to do anything. There's not much I can do extra. I have to play with my R. That was a freebie. Echo or Jax was pretty crazy here. I might get chased by Echo here. Echo might be in the brush here. I just have to W him here if he is. The crits from Collector are really nice though, I will say. Sometimes you can get it, if you get a lucky crit on your Collector auto attack, it's very nice. Very nice. Here we just farm downtime. It's really important for you to just farm during the downtime moments. And you see how I've cleared my camps in a cycle? I just have this window where I can just easily clear them all again in the possible downtime area. This is why I always say clearing camps one at a time is just very bad for your game. Here I am gonna R because I think it's just really important for us to get this kill here. There's not much to spell shield. Most likely is the Yorick auto. I'm gonna save for the tower because I need a bit of cash as well. And then I'm probably gonna base. Jax could be here, but so far it looks okay. No Jax means we just steal this Grom. Even if he was here, I think we would kill him. Zyra base tracking is actually good for me because I'm able to kind of make a play here from here. I mean, this is just a fear utilized at the most. And obviously off a huge play like that, you want to utilize, you want to get the Baron. If you are able to get Baron, you should get Baron. I have ulti coming up too. With Tryndamere, I don't know if we can do it anymore now. Echo will come in. We needed the Tryndamere to actually help us. I can kill him now. He's quite crazy for him to walk in. Damn, my W. I should have waited for my W. It's small time. I was thinking, do I need my W to kill him? If I had W up, I think it would have made the difference. I didn't have enough to burst him. Crit RNG was not in our favor, and we do rely heavily on crit RNG. And also, Tryndamere, why did you base? We could have just done Baron. Questionable decision by him. Yorick wasn't even close again. He ended up getting the tower anyways, so... Genius top laner. Top laner is full of intelligence. As I've always said, most intelligent players they are. The peanut brains. I do have ulti up soon when I'm back up. So I'm just gonna go bot side farm up. Solo lane situation isn't good, so I have to make sure I tilt the tides in our favor in the solo lane by taking out one of the fed solo laners. Here I'm just going to keep farming and then just wait for my ulti plays on the side lane. I can pretty much kill Yorick. He has Sterix. I still think I can solo him. I'm extremely strong with my death stance by now. Even Echo, I would destroy him in the side lane. Problem is locking him down would be a possible issue. We'd have to see. Lulu's here. They have Baron push. I do want to cut someone off. Someone like Echo in the top side, someone like Yorick farming this wave is really good for my game. So what we need to do is actually wait for Yorick to push up a bit. Him tower is bad. Him walking up like here is better. I guess we're just going. Well, thank God none of us died. Well, no one important died, so I can continue pushing. Without our R up, like realistically, fighting is not going to go well. You're not going to team fight well as Nocturne without ulting. You might as well just keep pushing in the side lane and just get a tower. And eventually your R is going to be coming. Eventually your R will come back up and then you fight again. My team is kind of running towards me, so I just really want this tower. Syndra was sniped in just to steal some of my money, but it's okay. Ulti in 40, that's good. I do want to maybe entertain that. I don't know yet though. How much do I have? 2300 from them all. I'm gonna maybe cut the echo off. I think I can beat him here. There's two options. He goes up or the way he's moving, I think he'll come this way. So I'm just gonna wait a bit. Maybe he pushes another wave. Maybe he bases. Sure, yeah. I do need money for my buy. That dragon is just not fightable without my ulti. And I'm farming till Maul. Last item is more flexible. You could build like Cleaver, GA, really whatever you like. I think Echo's going to be here. Also, I'm pretty close to my items. So I just want to farm it. Echo's actually bot side, so no one's here. So I'm saying, if you live in the side lane sometimes, you're going to make so much gold. And so much gold, so much experience. If you really want to carry in games where your team is really useless, you have to prioritize this kind of stuff. Oh, the perma-slow from Lulu is just insane. Like, I just can't. There's literally nothing I can even do. I'm just perma-slow by her. Her ulti. S tier ability. This is what I'm talking about. You can go into possible GA or Cleaver angle here. Chasing Lulu without, you know, Q up is really difficult. I don't really have anything to put on my last item slot, so I'm just going to buy pinks for now and just wait on it. I'm not big on Soloq, but last item you could fit Soloq in if you have enough gold. But I think Cleaver can still be a very important item for you. As the enemy team builds a lot of armor, you have to decide on what kind of armor pen item you want. You could honestly go Grudge as well. Sorrel does Grudge, this item right here. You want like another armor pen item. Actually, I think this is a good area for me to fight in, so I'm just going to one-shot Echo first. I'm going to go on Jax next. I'm gonna knock this thing away because this ghost is actually killing me. Like, his maiden, low-key though, is murdering me. What is this maiden? What does he feed his maiden? Disgusting. But the collector is really, this build huge damage. The maul came in huge there. Like, actually, that's what I'm saying. Like, Echo, you have, even if it's just a single Echo on the enemy team, you just have to go maul. This guy's burst is literally, it's insane. Literally insane. I do not think we can end, but I do want to farm his bot side after. Remember, after you push them in, you get a winning fight. Always back away through the enemy jungle and steal every camp possible. You want to make them really feel bad about losing that fight. And stealing every camp is just the way to do it. A lot of times your team will probably steal the raptors, so you as a jungler have to steal the red and the krugs. I see a lot of junglers leave the krugs up for the enemy jungle. Why? Why are you so nice? Are you just giving them like a Christmas present for free? No, you have to be ruthless. You have to be ruthless. So here's what I'm talking about. Last item. You could just buy one of these, like a phage component, which is fine. Cleaver. And these items, you don't really want to buy them last item. Realistically, your last item is like a Cleaver or like a Sterix or a GA. J is also acceptable here. Ooh, beautiful. Stand your ground, Law. We have to kill the Lulu. I'm not satisfied unless this Lulu is dead. Beautifully done. She's dead now. Alright, we can probably end. But yeah, this is my Nocturne jungle video. Hope you guys liked the video. Like I said, the most important thing about building is the first two items. Stridebreaker is for sure. Second item, Collector. I actually think it's really good. Obviously, you lack ability haste, but I really think the damage is really... I just think Collector second is really OP right now. If you don't like it, you can go Cleaver or Eclipse second and just go into like a standard build. Death Stance Maul. I'm not big on Sterix. I think Death Stance and Maul are way better on Nocturne. But yeah, good luck in the game, good luck in the climb, and I'll see you guys next time.